Hold out that pack of cigarettes. Don't be afraid. Stand very still. Stand still.
Told you it was off.
All right, guys, so welcome back to Good Moral Tactical. If you couldn't guess from the video that we played at the beginning what we're going to be talking about today, it is the new Palmetto State Armory JAKL 308. So this is the 14.5 inch 308 barrel. Now, with it being the 14.5, they did do a pin and weld flash hider on the end of it so that it was the 16 inches, so that it did not have to be registered as an SBR, which was nice, no paperwork. But a lot of people in the community kind of have concerns over how is that going to perform. So one of the things that I wanted to do was kind of test it on a bench rest and then just playing around with it as if it was a regular AR-15 because of the barrel length. So whenever we zeroed it in and we did it on the bench, we only had access to 50 yards at the time whenever we were zeroing it and just doing it on a flat surface. Now, unfortunately, I forgot the bipod whenever we went out to shoot, so we had to do it off of a bag rest. And the ammo that we had probably wasn't the best for the twist. So the first grouping that we did was about 3 inches. The second was a 2-inch group. Now, that probably is because I didn't exactly get the best ammo for the 1 in 10 twist that it had. But otherwise, it did really well within the other ranges closer from the 50 yards. So we did regular drills with the 3 targets on the side where we would have the timer, we would bring it up and transition between. Everything hit exactly where we wanted to. The biggest thing for me that was really good to see is because of the piston system with the adjustable gas block, the recoil was very, very diminished for a 308. Now, of course, with 308, everybody knows it is a much larger caliber than regular AR-15 ammo, which is the 5.56. So it has a bigger kick because of where it is built for longer range purposes. A lot of people want the 308s because of SCAR and doing the 7.62 ammo that the SCAR does. So I really liked seeing that in the platform. It also has, mine specifically came with the F5 modular stock that folds. Now, this one does not lock when you fold it to the side. It just kind of has a little bit of resistance to it, so you can still pull it out whenever you're ready to go in need for it. For some people, that's going to be a deal breaker because they like having it to where the stock actually locks to the side. I did ask, and the person at Palmetto State Armory that I spoke to said that unfortunately the current JAKL adapter that they sell does not fit on the JAKL 308 because it is wider. So you aren't going to have the Picatinny back to trade out a different stock option that you would want on there. You have to wait until they bring that in the future, which based off of the SHOT Show questionnaire that they sent out where it showed the JAKL Precision, that is a longer barrel and is going to potentially be in 6.5 Creedmoor. It is going to have that Picatinny back to it so that we can add some other options to it. So that's one thing that I wish they would have done with the 308 is go ahead and just give a Picatinny back instead of it being a very specific stock option. You only get either the B and T version or the F5. So luckily I got the F5. Good to go. The other thing is it did come with the Magpul MIAD grip. For those who are not familiar with that grip, it's the mission adaptable one where it has three different backstrap options, and you can decide whether or not you want to have a textured finger point on it. I personally don't like the finger point. I like it to be flat surface, so I changed mine out to be flat surface. The other thing is, because they built this to be a battle rifle, it is a single stage trigger that is specifically from PSA instead of it being a two-stage. So for everybody who is wanting to use this as more of a long-range rifle, kind of like myself, you're going to notice that whenever you are trying to put it on the bench, that single stage trigger, it has very little resistance to it. So you have to be sure that you are going to take your shot with it instead of the take up that you're going to normally have with a two-stage trigger.
All right, so that's the initial review of the JAKL 308. On that first trip, we probably put about 100 rounds through it. We're gonna put way more in a video we're hoping to do probably towards the end of the month, where we go to a long distance range. We're gonna try and take it out to about 1,400 yards and see how big of an impact that 14.5-inch barrel really does on the accuracy part of it. So keep your eyes peeled for that video, and we'll give you a follow-up review of how we think the JAKL is doing based off of how it does long range. So go ahead and put in the comments what your thoughts are, any questions or concerns that we can try and address in the next video. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for tuning in.